Hey everyone, this is my presentation about how I think a teacher should behave, how they should lead their classroom, their behaviors, their motives, their attitudes. Um, I think a dual disposition is required to be a teacher. I think a teacher should be both a servant and a leader. I think they should serve at the pleasure of their students. They should be available to them, but also they have to find that balance in order to lead them properly, to set a good example, to help the students understand that teaching is not a job. Is that it's I believe it's a privilege. To be able to inspire today's youth is to be inspiring tomorrow's leaders, whether they're corporate leaders, government leaders, city leaders, community leaders, leaders in the home and the family, leaders in the workplace, all kinds of stuff like that. Something that I need to work on as a teacher is I need a little more patience when it comes to dealing with technology. The personal technology that the students have, like, is in their handhelds and tablets, as well as in the computer myself. I need some work when it comes to stuff like that. I think that a professional educator should. I think a good attribute would be patience, long suffering. I think that a professional educator should have a quiet demeanor, yet should be outspoken when necessary. I think that they should be a good listener. I think it's always important that a teacher should focus on listening to their students when it comes to things that involve the curriculum, as well as things that involve current events, possible situations in their own lives, their home lives, their social lives, personal lives, stuff like that. Listening is, I think that a teacher should always focus on a relationship. I think that's key. If you can connect with your students on a one-on-one basis, I want to know my students, and I want my students to know me. I want to know what interests them, what drives them, what their motivations are, and I want them to know what inspired me to become a teacher, and to be a person that can be a teacher and a friend as well. I think that when it comes to standards and a teacher should have professional standards. Which is, it just comes down to showing respect for his students, respect for his fellow faculty. I think a teacher should always keep in mind that we are examples for how our students are going to treat others, how our students are going to treat their peers or other forms of authority. I think it's really important that when a teacher explains that, again, this is not a job, it's not just something, it's not a way to collect a paycheck, that it's something that they want to do. That when a teacher can love something as important as teaching, then it will encourage his students to go out and not just settle for a job, but to achieve their dreams, to focus on their career. And I think that becomes key to if when students see that their teacher enjoys their job and takes it seriously, and that teaching is a responsibility, that it's going to influence them in positive ways, because they're going to know that they have a teacher in their life that didn't just settle for a job, that they have a teacher that did put in the work to have a career that they want, and that will encourage them to do great things in their life, that they don't have to settle, that they can achieve their dreams. It all depends on how hard they work. I think as opposed to when a teacher just is just punching a clock and just wasting time, then I think the students are going to have a negative impact. They're going to see that this teacher doesn't enjoy what they do. They're not motivated. They're not happy. It's not what they want to do, and I think it's gonna affect them in a negative way. I think it's also important to uphold professional ethics and standards when it comes to teaching responsibilities. Proper guidelines, respecting, again, his students, and asking them to respect him as well. I'd like to promote healthy and moral development by, again, encouraging students to respect each other as well as me, to respect their figures of authority, and to respect younger peers that might be their younger family members or just younger students, that they in themselves are examples, even if they don't know it. Then they have the opportunity to always set a good example. And a saying that I live by is, it's never too late to do the right thing. You can always turn things around, no matter what the situation is. You can always make the choice to do the right thing in any situation and to turn things around, whether it's on a personal basis, professional. That's what it's really all about. When you always strive to do the right thing, and you know that it's your choice, and that the right or wrong thing can have a lot of good or bad outcomes. Choice is a very powerful thing. It's a good response. It's a good attribute. It's something to always keep in mind, that we always have the opportunity to always do the right thing every day in every situation. Thank you.